welcome to my Rhineland Railway network. Okay, further the build of the Venlo control panel. And I'm videoing this build because this is the first control panel that will be permanent. I've built some other ones on the layout, but they're all temporary. Further on the control panel for Venlo yard, I've got the frame put together now, and I've put a couple of coats of varnish on it just to smooth it up a little. This will be mounted on the baseboard side. The control panel itself now nearing completion. I've added a strip of styrene on the outside just for cosmetics, make it look nice. Got the wiring done on the panel, and now I just need to add the external wires. No, these are not a pair of hockey sticks, whether they be field or ice hockey. These are actually a couple of platforms that I'm building for Venlo station, and I'll show you how they fit. So, what am I doing with these hockey sticks? I'm building the platforms for Venlo station here, which are slightly curved. So the platforms fitting I want to get the platforms as close as I can to the carriage to make them look realistic, but of course you still need clearance. So that's what the hockey sticks are for. So I've got the Venlo yard control panel mounted temporarily. It can come out like that with the frame, and the wires then can come through onto the termination here, and then that will fit in place. Like that. Venlo yard will be operated above here, so with a step up should be able to operate everything. And the boxes with the car cards it will have here, because I want to be able to have access still here, particularly when doing the sea harbour. So this is the work area for Venlo yard. Okay, I've got the first switch hooked up. Just close the panel temporarily. And that's the crossover for the arrival and departure track, loco return. And I've got both turnouts wired up to one switch because they'll both operate at the same time, which is why I haven't got the second switch here. I'll discuss a little bit about these, because these ones that are numbered are actually controlled by a computer system. They can be controlled manually as well, but there's a little bit of a circuit that you need to take into account. And these actually use sensor feedbacks to determine the position and allow the computer to switch the turnout. But I'll come back on that one of these days. This is open, closed. Open, the yard basically the yard arrival and departure track is open for any trains wishing to enter. And if the yard is being used and trains being built, then the yardmaster can close the yard, and this one will not allow any trains to enter the yard. They'll have to remain outside at the last signal, waiting for them to be allowed to enter the yard. So the yardmaster has control of whether the yard is open or closed. Okay, for the Almere module here, I've been experimenting with livening up the freight platform there a little by putting in some cardboard buildings representing, let's say, the logistics center or another little factory there, plant, just so that the platform there doesn't look isolated. It's very simple, really. I just cut out some representative photographs. So it's just a thin piece of cardboard. I did the same on this side, so at least when you're looking at it from the outside, it's got some feel for a building. Again, don't want to be looking at it from this side, obviously, but at least when operating from this side, the platform has some sort of purpose. The goods platform has some sort of purpose. We'll show that in a video later. Anyways, a bit of an experiment. Seems to be okay for now. Okay, just to wrap up this video, a brief overview of current state, Venlo station and yard. You're looking at the background, which will represent the city of Venlo. Street fronts, which are actually from Venlo there, mocking them up, then a disco building. Venlo station. You'll see a picture of Venlo station in a moment. I've taken the trouble to scratch build the representation of the tower of Venlo station there. With the rest, it's just going to be pictures against the backdrop. That's Venlo Town Hall. Some more street fronts, another building. I think it's a little bit bigger. Sort of going into the wall there, representation of a street, a church, and then some more street front. And then I'll have to have a transition there into the country area here. Maybe a hillock and some trees and that sort of thing. So just to bring it all up to speed. Platforms are in place now. I'm going to partly scratch build the canopies over the platforms there. So once this work is done, then I can finally start putting in the overhead wires, the catenary, and that will finally allow trains to run again. Here's a Venlo yard, a little bit of extra fascia work here, the panel in place, and ongoing building activities. Okay, progress is slow in the summer because of outdoor activities, but getting there slowly. Bye.